My24 members, it's your buddy Drew here, and I'm going to go over my weekly review, how things are going, how our accounts are growing, and all that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to start off by showing you guys the date and time, so you know what the date is, and it's exactly 7 days later since I did my last update. Okay, what I'm trying to do is make it 7 days. I do an update. Another 7 days, I do an update. So you can follow the progress and the growth exactly how it is, and there's no there's nothing to hide, right? That's what I like. If I was promoting an offer, I want to know exactly what the admins can see and all that stuff, guys, and that's what we're sharing with you. Let's get into this here. I'm going to click on my time up here, and I'll just show you guys what time it is right now. Okay, so it's almost 11 o'clock at night on the 23rd here, so we're exactly 7 days after when I did my last update video, which was on the 16th, okay, which is this video right here, okay, if you didn't see that one last week. So let's look at the numbers, guys. We've done some pretty awesome things, if you ask me. We've broken 20K within the last a couple days on Alexa.com, which is unheard of within your first month. Guys, we're in pre-launch for, I believe, a month and a half, and then we launched the site, so this is our first month of being active in the site, which is crazy. So last week, this is where we were, guys, 22,890, okay? Today we're sitting at 17,921 on Alexa. Our total members, 31,159. Last week was 28,837. So huge growth, and total payouts, guys, $2.1 million. Last week, 7 days ago, was like 1.3 almost. Okay, another $5,000 and it'd be 1.3. Oh no, another 5,000 and it'd be 1.3. Okay, so awesome. Total commissions paid out, I think that's another $100,000. Yeah, look at this, guys, 294. Right now it's 390. Okay, so $100,000 of referral commission going out over the last week. So things are working, guys. The system's working, and this will be the first video that I've done because I want to be, 100% honest with you guys here. This is the first video I've done where we can actually prove the results and that this system works 100%. Okay, I might have been showing you the growth of the accounts and funds are good and strong and all that stuff, but we actually did our first test this week with delaying the withdrawals so we could see the power of the system and see the power of people withdrawing funding and how it builds. Okay, so you're going to see that in this video right here. And sorry if I'm a little bit off from where I normally am. I was playing soccer and I got kicked in the ribs. So it really hurts when I breathe kind of hard here, guys. It hurts my ribs. So if I seem a little bit different, it's kind of I'm in pain when I'm talking here, okay? So let's get going here. I'm going to go into the Payza account, and you can see this, guys. Look at this, okay? So this is what we did. We did a little test here to see how great the system works, and we basically didn't pay people out on the 16th and the 19th, okay? You got paid for those days, but we just stopped payments for those days to see how the system was growing and see just, the new members coming in, how much they're coming in with, and this whole thing of withdrawing funding. So you can see, obviously, these days where we didn't pay people out, they didn't withdraw, so they didn't fund. Okay, and then boom, right after that, big, huge explosion days. These days, guys, look at this. This is like 96,000, 100,000. That's crazy when you think about it, right? That's great. That's exactly what we want. And this is just one account, okay? Just one account right here. So this is really cool. So one thing about Payza though, guys, and the other payment processes I've noticed as well, the e-wallets, the payment processors, I've noticed a lot of people are switching over to Bitcoin, and they're cashing out of the e-wallets and they're switching over to Bitcoin, guys. That's totally fine as long as you keep on putting the funds in the system. That's good, right? As long as you keep on building and repurchasing, it's all good. Okay, so here we go here. Let's look at this. So last week, man, my ribs really hurt. I think I might have bruised it or something. It's hard for me to talk. Okay, so last week here, we'll go to the Payza account here. There it is right there. Okay, so here's last week's Payza account. We're at 464, and we had 129 in the frozen funds. So I know we've got a lot more frozen funds this week. Yeah, so we got another 30K guys in the frozen funds, and we're at almost $400,000 in the funds in Pesa. Okay, so once you see the Bitcoin account, you're gonna be like, okay, now I know where all the funds are. Because when you see the other accounts, guys, you're gonna notice they're lower than they were last week, but our Bitcoin account is just like crazy. I've never seen a Bitcoin account this big before. I think we have one of the biggest Bitcoin accounts in the world, guys. It's huge, 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 huge. Okay, so let's get through this, Drew. So we've got what processor? We got a Bitcoin next. Okay, so this is our Bitcoin account here. Last week was 847. Okay, guys, look at this. You're just gonna be like, whoa, that's crazy. Look at this. 1,003. I've never seen a Bitcoin account with over 1,000 Bitcoins in it, guys. Each of these Bitcoins here are valued at about $610 to $620 for one. We've got 1,003 of them. Okay, guys, that's $4,210 in Bitcoin. That's a lot in a Bitcoin account. That's crazy. So this is what's happening, guys, and we're noticing this especially just even by looking at the Bitcoin account, is that Bitcoin doesn't charge many fees, right? Like if the fees are very, very small in it compared to Pesa or some of the other payment processors out there. Pesa, for instance, has got the highest fees by far. Okay, so a lot of people, what they're doing is they're starting off with Pesa because they know of Pesa or they know of another payment processor, and then they're withdrawing, and then they're putting those funds into coin payments, Bitcoin, and they're putting the Bitcoin back into the system, okay? Which is totally cool. It's okay with us, guys, because it's still, things are happening. You can see this. Things are still growing. If we level things out across the whole playing field here, it's not really making a difference, even though the funds they're about 30K lower or 20K lower than they were last week. But these funds here, guys, what is that? That's over 200 Bitcoins or 170 or so Bitcoins more than we had last week, okay? Which is huge, huge, huge. All right, so let's get into the rest of our accounts here and get through this. So we've got the Perfect Money. Oh, no, yeah, this is Perfect Money account here. So 95,000 in Perfect Money account. That's one of the small ones. We got 94. So basically almost the same. But once again, it's the same thing happening with Pesa, guys. It's everyone is switching over to Bitcoin. And we understand why. We're not saying there's anything bad about it. Oh, man, my ribs. Okay. Come on, Drew. It's like a reality show over here, eh? So there you go there. Here's our payer account from last week. We got 87K in that. This one's lower too. Yeah, so this one's 78. So the same thing is happening, what's happening with Pesa here, okay? Everybody's switching over to Bitcoin, and we kind of expected this to happen when we announced that we're putting Bitcoin in the system, because almost every single member was like, this is great, and everybody's making posts about it, okay? So I expected this to happen, guys. Don't think of this as a negative thing, because it's still, the funds are in the system. You can still see here that things are growing much quicker than they used to. If you look back, 2 of my review videos back, I believe from the 9th and the 3rd, you'll see that these funds coming in per day are, a really good day would be around 50,000. Now a really good day here for just the one account there is the Pesa one here that we can see is about 100,000. Okay, so things are growing. And here's the big thing, is that our system is keeping up with the payments. Guys, we don't have a withdrawal limit. We've done payouts of, some people are doing $2,000 a day in the system. They're withdrawing out of the system. And, the majority of people know how to work the system, guys. They're putting their funds back into the system. And that's really what keeps it together. And I know I ended my last week's review video with the same message that I want to end this one in, is that if we can get 70% of the members, guys, if 80% of the members are all doing the same thing, that would be like a dream, 80% of the members. But if we can just get 70%, which it looks like it, when you look at the Payzer results here, right? When we sustained from doing withdrawals on the 19th and the 16th there to test this out, okay? So now you understand why we didn't pay the withdrawals out on the 16th or 19th, for those days there, was because we were checking the system funds, guys. We're checking like the member base. What are they doing? How are they using the system? Okay. If we had have seen this and it was the same, 60,000, this was 60,000 or 70,000 or whatever, we would think like, okay, it doesn't make a difference, this withdrawing and funding, because that's all fresh funds coming to the system, guys. But look at this here. These days here, how they're really topping off, it's the members that are in the system that are putting their withdrawals back into the system. That's what it is, guys. And that's the real, I said this in multiple other videos out there, that's the real difference between my 24-hour income and a lot of other systems out there, guys, revenue share systems, is they don't have that ability. If we weren't doing this withdrawing and funding, guys, first off, I don't think our system would be this popular of getting results like this, signups per day, and hundreds and hundreds of people coming in as new members every single day. So we wouldn't even see numbers like this. But if we didn't do withdrawing and funding and we repurchased inside the system, this is what every day would look like. Every day would look like this, guys. A good day for us would be, this is $34,000 here in that one account. So a good day for us would be 60K. A good day for us right now, because we're withdrawing and funding, is over $200,000 if you're looking at this right here. Okay, these are the best days of this week, these 2 days here. And just in the Payzer account alone is roughly $100,000. This is Canadian, by the way, too. So you got to think about that, right? Deduct about 20,000 or something. And then that's the US dollar that we're talking about, okay? Guys, this account over here, the Bitcoin account, it's growing bigger than that Payzer account that I showed you. Okay, so when Payzer is doing a day where we're doing $100,000, the Bitcoin account's doing like 120, 130K. Okay, so funds are going out big, and I know it looks really, really scary some days when you come in here and you see, wow, 24-hour income paid out $150,000 to its members in that one day, right? But then you think about this. We're paying that out. All these members are putting in the majority of their withdrawal back into the system to maintain their accounts. So our accounts look like this, right? They don't look like this every day. They look like this. The Bitcoin account's exploding. So that's it. My name's Drew. I'll see you guys in next week's update. This week looks pretty good to me. We've got over 1,000 Bitcoins in the system. I never thought this would happen, guys. That is so freaking huge. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.